So we need to go over here to the little outpost places, I think. If I'm not mistaken. I think we have to glide this as well. I feel like Persona, I feel like I'm really burnt out on Persona currently, because I think I told the story on the previous stream, but yeah, I kind of like died without saving and lost like a lot of progress, so I'm kind of putting Persona Q on the back burner for now. Gonna just give that a little bit of time. I feel like the game is like objectively fine, it's kind of difficult. Game balancing is a little wonky. Like progression feels like level ups are kind of like in the current dungeon, which is the first one. My big problem is it doesn't feel like there's a good balance between enemies that one-shot me and enemies that give a decent amount of experience, so it's just kind of difficult to level up. Yeah, it feels like one of those types of RPGs that's very front-loaded, where all the difficulty is basically right at the beginning. Yeah, and I also didn't save between dungeons, so it's kind of my fault, to be honest. Like in my case, I specifically forgot to save. Oh yeah, this place is kind of fun. Yeah, I went to the second dungeon, thought it would be one of those where you just enter it, fight up one fight, and then leave. I got a really bad random encounter and died. So, yeah, it's kind of... Yeah, it's largely my fault I didn't save, but still... It's also a case of there's a lot... The first boss has a lot of cutscene. Like, a lot of cutscene, so that's also hurting my desire to go back, is just I have to watch all that over again. I could have glided over there and saved myself a lot of trouble. Was that the treasure chart or the golden feather? Or skull necklace? I forget what's in that chest. Oh yeah, that must have been the treasure chart. This is the random... Not the random. Have to do science? Aw, well, good luck with your science. Nightbot's not connected, because I forgot. It should be a thing, but I just forgot to reconnect Nightbot for whatever reason. So we need to go along the west side of the world. It should be connected. Yeah, it should work. If I didn't typo it like that. Okay. Yeah, typing while trying to play video games. Can't really advise for that. Alright, so the next treasure chart we need is treasure chart 38, which was from the auction, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't Pluto get reclassified? Because I swore it was a planet again. Or like a dwarf planet or something, but still technically a planet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna chart out the world on my own time between streams. He didn't include it though. It's like close enough to a planet. Okay, so that's our next destination up there. We need to go to the top left corner, if I'm not mistaken, and salvage. And this should complete another heart container. Also, that looks suspicious as heck. Yeah, I'm sequence breaking from the guide a little bit. But while I'm here, might as well, right? I don't even know what island this is. Must be important if it's a gold ship. It's a Triforce chart. That is really jumping the gun. We don't need to worry about that for like, Lord knows how many sessions at this point, because we're at like session 5 and we're not even at the Tower of the Gods yet, so luckily the side quests do slow down a lot later on. That's kind of true, kind of. It's like, you get really long side quests at the end game, but you have fewer of them. Casual reminder that, this is 100%, so, just makes sense to do all this now. Alrighty then, so... the guide says to go to this fairy fountain, apparently. Is a cupcake a cake? Apparently it says there's like you can get a skull necklace here, which sounds extremely not worth it to me, so we're gonna pass on this. So we're gonna do the thing that the guide says to do next. That's true. To be fair, I don't usually have cupcakes or cake. I'm sure, QR code? Why is there a QR code? Oh, that's clever, but it doesn't work, so I guess it kind of falls apart there. There's a quiz. Oh yeah, this is a really silly part of the world where you just have exploding barrels everywhere. Alright, so we have enemies to fight, apparently. That was too close. Pearson and Cengage both are kinda problematic, I find. Not really a fan of either. I don't know which I'd prefer, to be honest. Shoot. Well, it was the right one, but, threw a bomb, so wasted that. Yeah, they're also really overpriced to begin with, so that's cool. Alright. So this is like a combat area, if I'm not mistaken. So we need to fight these guys, like so. Have to fight this guy, like so. There should be another wave of enemies to tangle with. Like so. You know what game I really want to play on stream? Cadence of Hyrule, because it's really fun, but the problem is, how do I play the game with audio delay? Badly, that's how. I mean, they don't want a ceiling on textbook prices because then they can charge more. I remember even like in my classes, people would be like, yeah, no, don't even buy this book remotely used, just definitely go and buy it online. I swear I had one class where someone literally, like the teacher provided like a free PDF of the textbook. Because it's like, yeah, this is extortion, I'll just give this to you, kind of an attitude. I don't remember which class I was even. I mean, education at the end of the day is about profit. It's not about people learning, it's about corporations making money. Alright, this should be a piece of heart, if I'm not misremembering. Yep, it is a piece of heart. Cool, cool. This should be 29. Alright, so now we get to do something really fun. When I say really fun, I'm saying this in a very sarcastic way. We need to go back to Windfall. I don't know why the guy does this now, considering we have to go back to Windfall anyway, after Forsaken Fortress. This feels like a really unnecessary trip, but for the sake of keeping on track, we are going to do what the guide says. You got the video to work, but what? Oh. Like, how weird are we talking? Alright, so Windfall should be that island, so we should be close. That's Mother Child Island, we'll need that after Forsaken Fortress. No, that's not true, we can do that after Tower of the Gods. Plate tectonics. How many ways are there to say plate tectonics? Legitimate question. It's like, that doesn't feel like a word that you can mispronounce, or a phrase. Technically, not a word. Alright, so we need to help out Tsunari's business venture, which will be whole lots of laughs. Also, it needs to be day. Alright, so we need 14 town flowers. So this will be a drain on our wallet.